So recently I've been reading this amazing book called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, A Guide to Wealth and Happiness. And who's Naval, by the way? Naval is a venture capitalist investor in Silicon Valley. He's got a great track record in investing in tech startups, and he's probably most renowned for being the founder and CEO of AngelList. I've read a lot of books packed with advice, life advice, and wisdom at this point, but this one truly stands out. I don't know why. There's something about the practicality as well as the philosophical nature of how this book is written. So for those of you guys who don't have enough time to read his book, I pulled out 3 of his ideas that I think are the most important for me. But to be honest, there's so much wisdom packed in there. I would highly suggest you just dive into it. I think it's free on Amazon, which is why I started reading it. Without further ado, the 3 most important concepts that Naval talks about. So the first point is you have to arm yourself with specific knowledge. A specific knowledge is the part that a lot of people get tripped up on. And what it means is basically knowledge that only you can truly understand. And while some might think that it's what you studied in school, it actually is the kind of stuff that you're naturally curious about, you're obsessed about. For some, it might be playing video games. For others, it might be dance or coding or working out. Once you arm yourself with that specific knowledge, it's much easier to get paid for that because there isn't a lot of competition. Actually, Naval goes as far as to say, specific knowledge is not just what you're obsessed about, but it's knowledge about who you are as a person. No one can compete with you on being you. I love that phrase because, for a long time, I was wondering, who's my niche audience and what do I talk about on this channel? A lot of great advice just encourages, you to be as authentic as possible. And specific knowledge is really applicable in today's really fast-changing world. Naval's in the school of thought that says, it really doesn't matter what you learned in college. What matters much more today is to be an expert in a brand new field in the span of 9 to 12 months. And that is much more important than having studied the right thing way back in the day. The second piece of advice, which is probably the scarier one, is that in order to become wealthy in this world, you've got to take accountability of yourself. And so you've got to really put your name out there. And by putting your name out there, you're going to get more equity, you're going to get more leverage. But on the other hand, it definitely comes with risks. If I make a complete fool of myself and say the wrong thing on this YouTube channel, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe my life is going to be over. Maybe my boss will fire me. If you do succeed with your name, that's just going to open so many doors for you. Eat shit. And the third really interesting thing that he talks about is the idea of compound interest on relationships. We're probably all familiar with the idea of compound interest with investing. And the same thing can be applied to relationships. When you have great long-term relationships in an industry that you want to be long-term in, it's much easier to, say, do a business deal with someone that you're familiar with because there's that sense of trust. Tying it back to relationships, I love what he says about going all in on the 1%. In school, in life, we do so much, but maybe 99% of that kind of goes to waste. You go on 10 dates with 10 different people, and it doesn't work out. But if you find that one person, you should go all in. Same with, your passion. If you find this one thing that you're just obsessed about and you want to do it every single day, you should push your chips all in and just hold on for the long term. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if anything, you guys should just get the book right away. I am barely scratching the surface, but I was just so compelled to share this book with you and how in love I am with it. Even though it's a Wednesday night and I'm absolutely exhausted and I want to go to sleep, I just wanted to share this gem of a book with you guys. So I hope you guys take care, and if you guys like this video, I would so appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys.